And make sure you stick around till the end of this video where I'll be showing you where to get your domain. Hint, hint, it's not Wix, not GoDaddy, not Squarespace. I have another platform that's better, cheaper, and easy to use. What is up? If you have been here with me from the beginning of our dance website series, we are almost done. Let's do a quick recap. So far, we have created our Wix account. We've made a home page, an about me page, a gallery page with our pictures and videos. We've done a contact page, and it is finally time to publish it and make it live on the internet. But before we do that, there's one very important step we need to do. So we're gonna talk about that today, as well as the best way to go about publishing it. And make sure you stick around till the end of this video where I'll be showing you where to get your domain. Hint, hint, it's not Wix, not GoDaddy, not Squarespace. I have another platform that's better, cheaper, and easy to use. Also, don't forget, if you are getting ready to make your own dance website, I have a free checklist for you in the description below. It has everything you need to make sure you have in order to create a successful dance website, along with a couple ChatGPT prompts for you to create an artist statement and refine your resume. So make sure you click on the link in the description below. Before we go and publish the website, we need to make sure it's mobile friendly. Why is that? Let me show you real quick. According to Oberlo, as of October 2024, just last year, 60.4% of global web traffic came from mobile devices. That means the majority of people that will look at your website are doing it from their phone or tablet. So you need to make sure it looks good on those platforms. Remember, we made this for a desktop. It's a lot wider, the aspect ratio is different, and so when things get squished onto this narrow screen, it's gonna look different. We wanna make sure it at least looks functional and there aren't things overlapping or the sizing isn't all wacky, right? So the good news is Wix and basically every other website builder out there has a mobile view editor that does not affect the regular PC view. We've done all the work. All this does is let us rearrange and resize things. So for Wix specifically, because that's the one I use, you can't delete things, but you can hide things, and you cannot add things, I don't believe. If you have something you want to add, you would need to make sure it's on the desktop view version, and then we're just gonna convert it over, make sure it's spaced the way we want in the mobile view. It's super simple, it's only a couple steps, but it definitely makes the user experience way better for anyone looking at your website, so I definitely recommend doing that before you hit publish. After we publish the website, now remember through Wix, it's free, but it does mean you have a watermark on your website, and you cannot connect a custom domain. So specifically for Wix, if you want to attach a custom domain to your website, which I highly recommend if you are serious about using your website to get more work, then you'll need to buy a plan. Every other website builder, I believe you would have already paid to have access to your website builder at this point, so you should be able to just add a domain or connect it to that website. So either way, you're gonna have to pay for it, unfortunately, but think of this as an investment in your business. If you decide to purchase a plan and add a custom domain, then at the end of this video, I'm going to show you what I think is the best place, just based off the research I've done, to buy a domain and then attach it to your website. So let's get started. We are back on Wix, and so you'll see up here, there's your desktop view and your switch to mobile, edit your site for mobile button. So all you have to do is click here. And this is how it will look on a mobile device. Now, obviously, if you have a tablet, it'll be a little bit wider, and so it will still resize things based on the device. But this will give you an idea of how things will look. And remember, you can also always, once you publish your website, log on with your tablet, with your phone, check out your website, make sure things look the way you want. But you'll see here, there's a little eyeball now. Yep, and you can just make sure I'm not blocking the view. And it says things hidden on mobile. So if we click on that, it'll show the things that it has already automatically taken out to make the formatting make more sense. So I can always go here and hit show element and show element. So down here it took something out. So assuming nothing has been taken out, this is what the mobile editor looks like. Now you notice, see, the spacing here is weird. There's a lot of empty space here. It's a little bit squished here, maybe. So all you gotta do is click and just adjust things however you want. Now, we can't delete things, but I can always click over here and hide the section from mobile. So if I hide it, it goes away here. It will show up here in case I want to bring it back. But just to show you, desktop view, it does not affect anything here. So I'm gonna bring that back. But let's say this is a little big, right? So I can just go and here, just adjust the size so it fits a little bit better. So all of these, you're just adjusting the spacing as you go. Let's have that centered. I'm just gonna bring the header so there isn't so much negative space. There we go. And you can reorder these sections. So watch, if I were to go here, I can click down, and now I've moved that section down, and I moved it back up just because I like where it was. And then here is your little menu, your settings here if you want things to scroll with it or disappear. This is specifically with the header, sorry. So watch, if I go here, it scrolls with it, versus if I go here and I freeze it, the header should just stay. Maybe I have to preview it. Yeah, see, so now the header does not move. Versus before, it would have moved with it as I scroll. So there are things you can still mess around with that will make it different than the desktop version, which is nice. All right, so now, just like the desktop version, to go to different pages, we just go down here, or up here, sorry. And now let's go to the next page, and I'm just gonna quickly go through and make sure things are spaced the way I want to make sure it looks good. All right, I've gone through and resized mostly things, and I fixed some of the spacing. So now we're just gonna go ahead and preview it. And you'll see here, this is what the website could look like. And remember, I named these things weird for the demo, but I'm just gonna click through, make sure things are working the way they should. Nice, and it's looking good. So I'm gonna go back to editor. And guys, it's time. I think we can publish this. So all you need to do to make your website go live on Wix is up here, hit publish. And we are live on the internet. So now if I go to view website, here we go. You can now link this on your social media, you can send it to people, and they will be able to see everything that you have done. Look at that. And so now make sure when you do any edits in the future, you obviously want to save it, but those changes will not be public until you hit publish again. So for example, say you are reworking the text in your bio, you could have it there and save it because maybe you're not done yet, but not publish it, so that way people still see the older version of your bio. Then when you're happy with the newer version, you can then hit publish. But if you don't hit publish, people will never see the newer version. So just make sure anytime you're doing any changes that you want to be seen on the website, you hit publish. Another great way to work on maybe new versions of your pages or anything like that is to make a duplicate of that page, tweak it, make sure that page is hidden, and then once you're done, just either delete the old page and make the new page visible, or just copy and paste over what you did and delete the hidden page. So for example, if I go to manage pages, see how these are hidden? We could do basically that same thing. So you're here, I'm gonna go to duplicate. And now I'm going to hide from menu, and that way it won't show up is technically still public. So if people knew the URL, they could find it, but no one's really ever going to see that. And then that way you could go here, you can make all the changes you want, and then you can either make this one visible and delete the old one, or just copy everything over. There are also, of course, lots of other things you can do in Wix that I haven't gone over yet. For example, you can make pages password protected, or you can make things so they can download the media versus they can't download the media. So I've actually used that before for my students, where I would make private pages for my students where they could log in and see all the videos from rehearsal or class. This was before my studio started using Google Drive. Now we have a Google Drive folder, and honestly, it's way easier that way. That way I don't have to worry about uploading to YouTube and make it unlisted and then link it to my website. But it did feel super professional and cool, I think, for everyone involved. So that is a way you could use your website. If you guys are interested in me talking more about ways that I have used Wix or my website in other ways, just different capacities, let me know. I'd love to make a video on it, but only if that's helpful for all of you. So that is how we publish a website. Now, it has that. Let's go back to this. Sorry. Now, you'll see here, we still have this ugly domain here. If we go to connect your domain, we're going to need to purchase a plan. So before we do that, let me talk about this real quick. So when it comes to your domain, all you're doing basically is buying a name that people can then type in, and it will direct it to the platform. So it does not have to be from Wix. I actually personally don't like getting the domains or any other services from Wix. They just do things a little bit differently. I don't totally understand all the mechanics, but in the past, when I've had to like transfer domains or switch things out, anything that takes it out of the like Wix ecosystem, it's a pain. Like other services I use, you have to do like an extra step, or you have to get the Wix tech support involved, versus other domain providers, you don't have to do that. So I just also don't like having everything under one, I guess, umbrella. I don't know if that's stupid, maybe that's just a personal preference, but in the past I always got my domains from Google Domains, and then I would attach it to my Wix account. Now since then, Google Domains has sold that part of its company to Squarespace, so now it's Squarespace Domains, and so that caused me to then look at other options. I just personally don't want to use Squarespace. I'm not sure why. Their service is honestly great, but I just didn't want to for whatever reason. And so after searching, I found a platform called Porkbun. I know, it's such a cute name, but between Porkbun and Wix and Squarespace, and I looked at GoDaddy as well, Porkbun had the cheapest plan as far as a yearly charge for a domain. So let me pull those up right now just to show you the difference. All right, so if we go to purchasing a domain, I just looked up mydancewebsite.com for all of these, so that way it is the same domain across all these examples. You'll see here Wix, to get it for a year, and I'm just kind of basing it off of year. They're always gonna have deals, and maybe those are a good deal. But for 1 year, it is $19.35 versus 2 years. You know, as you do more and more years, you save a little bit more. So again, that could be a good deal specifically for Wix. I just wouldn't want to, because I just don't like how they do their domains for some reason. But $19.35 versus Squarespace, the same domain, it is $14, so that's cheaper for a year. If you go to GoDaddy, it's really expensive, $22 unless you do 3 years, and then that comes to, my math is not, it's like what, around $12, $13, $14 a year if you commit to 3 years. Versus Porkbun, it is $11 a year. So out of all of them, it has the cheapest yearly rate. Granted, they don't offer a bundle, or if you purchase for 3 years, it's a little bit cheaper. So you would have to renew it every year. But when you renew it, it's the same cost. Versus some of these other websites, they'll maybe give you a discount for the first year, and then after that it goes up a little bit more in cost. So Porkbun I really like because they have a lot of options. Their tech support is great. I've had to email them a couple times and they're always super responsive, and it's just cheaper than all the other options I've found. So when it comes to purchasing a domain, I highly recommend doing it through Porkbun. I'm not affiliated. I wish I was. I just like their service. I use it for all the websites I currently use. Minus maybe one, I have to transfer the ownership from Squarespace to Porkbun, but that's a whole nother story. Now, to be honest, because I'm cheap, I don't want to buy a plan for this fake website that we just made just to show you how to connect the domain. So instead, I'm gonna show you through one of my other websites that I've already bought. This is the dashboard for the website we just made. So first, you're gonna need to go to compare plans, and then go and find whatever website you want, but something that lets you do a domain. Now, you'll see here Wix does give you a free domain for a year, so you could totally take advantage of that and then try maybe just transfer ownership over to Porkbun later. I don't have a ton of experience with that, but it is possible, so that is one way you could save money by doing that. You know, they offer for a year, so why not take advantage of it? So you would select that, pay it, and they would basically just walk you through how to buy your domain, how to attach it. They do it for you. It's really seamless when it's not done. Wow, words. When it's done all through Wix. Now, if you don't do it through Wix, so say you paid the plan and that's all you've done, this is what it will look like. So this is the dashboard for my website that I've made for the YouTube channel. Now, don't look at it yet. I'm having it completely redesigned because I am a terrible designer, so I'm getting my brother to help me with it. But you're gonna go here to manage domain, or it will say connect domain. And you would just go to add an existing domain. You would connect a domain you already own. You're not transferring your domain to Wix. And now, once you are on this page, we're gonna go to, let's say, Porkbun. You're gonna go in and create an account, sign in. So I'm gonna do that real quick. Once you've purchased your domain, and I apologize, this is a little hodgepodge because this is a domain for something else I've purchased. I'm just trying to not spend money on a website I know I'm not gonna use. So you would go to account, domain management, and you'll get to this page here. If we go back to here, by the way, I just started my own real estate media company. That's what this is for. So it's been exciting. So you'll see it's already taken, which is correct because we already bought it from somewhere else. So yes, I own this domain. Connect. All right, and then I'm gonna log in. All right, I clicked out of that because I didn't want my domain to actually connect to this website because that would be really confusing for everyone involved. But basically through there, it's really simple. It connects really easily, very clear steps, and then you're done. That is how you connect your domain to your website. So thank you guys so much for sticking around through this little journey. I hope you found it helpful. If you have made a website during this time, or even if you already have one and you would like some feedback, I would love to do some like critiques from for the channel. When I was making my dance photography website, I found it super helpful by watching some other photographers give feedback on people's portfolio websites. And that's how I learned things to show, things to not show, you know, how many images should I have, that kind of thing. And so I think that'll be super helpful if you are willing to let me take a look at your website. Of course, you know, all constructive criticism. I will not be super mean or anything like that. But yeah, if you are interested, email me a link to your website to here, jhsudancetech@gmail.com, and I would love to start doing a little series maybe every couple months showing a couple websites, giving some feedback, things I like, things I think could be improved, and use that as a way to help build up our entire community and just get everyone's online game stronger. Make sure you are liking this video. If you found it helpful, subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon so you know every time I drop a new video. And yeah, thank you guys so much. We are done with this mini series. I'm excited to see what happens next. I gotta think of some other ideas, but we'll see. And of course, make sure you check out my free download, the ultimate checklist for your dance website. It's gonna have everything you need to help you create a successful dance website to get your marketing off the ground. And last but not least, if you haven't seen the other parts of this mini series, make sure you go check it out. I'll have it linked in the cards up above, and it'll be showing up somewhere on the screen in front of me at this point, I think. And yeah, thank you again for coming along this journey with me, and I'll see you next time.